None.
USC is a +9 in rebounding margin as well. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Forbes now with a team-high 12. Watkins was inside. A lot of contact. It's Brink who comes up with it and gets the two.
2 offensive boards for Stanford on that possession, their first 2 of the game.
Watkins behind the back, tries to split defenders and was knocked down in the paint. 2 free throws coming for Juju Watkins as she looks for her first points of the game.
I mean, it's remarkable. USC with 34 points and a 3-point lead, and Juju Watkins here might score her first points of the half.
Here's someone who has scored 801 points, the 4th freshman ever to reach the 800 mark. Closing in on Cheryl Miller's single-season scoring record. 2 free throws for Juju, and there's her first point. Holly.
Well, the reason they're leading in this game is Mackenzie Forbes, and she's the most remarkable story you've ever heard. She went to Cal when Lindsay Gottlieb was her coach there, and Lindsay left to go to the NBA. She decided she would transfer to Harvard, but she missed the transfer deadline, so she went a year to a junior college, taking 6 classes a semester. She got into transfer, a less than 1% transfer rate at Harvard, where she played 2 years, was a terrific player, got her sociology degree, and now she's playing at USC. Just one of the most resilient, smart, incredible women I've ever met in college basketball.
Thank you, Holly. Here comes Juju across half court. Juju again draws a crowd. Padilla, an open look for 3. Ghana with the rebound.
And certainly, Holly, Mackenzie Forbes has been the driving force offensively for USC here in the first half.
Good catch by Dimitri. Forbes averaging 13 points a game. She's got 12 already for USC. And Padilla is fouled by Dimitri. Well, we mentioned that Forbes is one of the 3 nerds, and they use that term affectionately at USC because they were 3 grad transfers out of the Ivy League. Kayla Padilla from Penn, Mackenzie Forbes from Harvard, and Caitlin Davis from Columbia. Graduate students are not eligible to play in the Ivy League. They would have loved to stay at Penn, at Princeton, at Columbia, at Harvard. All these players who have to go find other homes when their eligibility expires in the Ivy League. And Lindsay Gottlieb, who went to Brown in the Ivy League, happy to scoop these 3 players up.
They bring experience, toughness. She talked too about how their maturity was so important surrounding a player like Juju, who is going to have the high efficiency use that Juju has, and their understanding of what their role is, even though it is much different. And yeah, back in November, December, she called them Juju and the Nerds. I think she's now transitioned to Juju and the Ivies.
Okay.
So
feel like that's just a little classier, maybe. I mean, I don't think the nerds mind it. You know, I mean,
as my father,
honestly, Lindsay was a nerd at Brown.
As my father-in-law once said, thank God for the nerds. So I don't think there's anything negative about that.
Well, the nerds are getting some revenge here in the Ivy League because they've been outstanding. And to Holly's point before, Forbes' path that ball is kicked. Forbes' path, and Ivy kids had to go through this. Forbes didn't play for 2 years because there was no Ivy League basketball in that post-COVID year, we'll call it, 2021.
But if you took classes, it still counted.
That's right. You had to leave school if you wanted to keep your eligibility. Did a lot for love of basketball, that's for sure.
Yeah, she's talking how they're paying off their student loans here. they're thrilled to have a scholarship.
Scoop inside, won't drop with 4 on the shot clock. And here comes Juju. Shot clock is off. Final seconds of the half. Will Juju pull it back out? Iriapan came over to help. And now Padilla out towards midcourt. Down to 8. Here's Forbes. Forbes with 5. Forbes on the run. Yes, what a half for Mackenzie Forbes. 14 points for the grad student from Folsom, California. And it's a strong first half for USC. They're on top by 9. Juju Watkins scored just 2 points, but her team is up by 9.